25 coolest psychological tricks. According to Reddit, number 25. You can end a lot of arguments with a simple, "I understand what you're saying." It validates them while you maintain your position. Kids do well with forced decisions. Don't say, "Go brush your teeth." Say, "You can brush your teeth before or after a story." It gives them the impression that it's their choice, and it works every time. A response to this says, "I understand what you're saying." My go-to phrase is, "That makes sense." People don't care if I understand or agree with what they're saying. They want to hear that their perspective is logical or correct in its own way. Number 24. People become what you call them. You treat someone like a monster, they become a monster. To ensure that someone maintains a certain positive trait, compliment them for it beforehand. People are more likely to follow you if they have your approval, rather than trying to win it. You don't know how far people will go? Sorry, there's no how here if you're listening. So you don't know how far people will go when they already have something to lose, a good impression that they may have from you. If you want someone to work hard for you, tell them you have an admiration for their work ethic, or how they seem like diligent employees based on their portfolio, resume, and recommendations. If you want someone to be nice to your friends, tell them that they have a kind face. Don't say this to a guy if you're a guy, or say that you heard a lot of good things about them. Words are immensely powerful. This is also why I never call someone any bad names, even if they deserve it. Yeah, sticks and stones may break people's bones, but words are what's going to, make people break them bones. You know what I'm talking about? My dad always told me, says a response, I was shy when I was younger, and that made me more shy. Oh, your dad knew what he was doing. You're shy. Shut up. You're shy. Be shy. Come on. Number 23. Oh boy, here's just a laundry list of these. Not sure if they have a study to prove their effectiveness, but these psychological tricks made a difference for me when I sold in retail. You want to tone down the hacky over the top like list guy? Okay, let's bring it down to having a conversation, normal Kyle speech land. Coming in at number 1. As mentioned by someone else here, mimicking body language. Number 2, when choosing between multiple items, ever so slightly change the tone of your voice when talking about one of the items you want sold. Additionally, smile with teeth displaying for the item you want them to buy. At the same time, turn your back to the customer and use your pointer finger with a higher arm to point at least favorable options. Then turn and face the customer and direct their attention with your whole hand towards the most favorable. Vanna White style. Nigga, what? You're trying to sell me a bridge out here? Number 3, arrange your best items to the right side of your store, looking in a flowing manner. Least desirable in a slightly less flowing manner towards the left, looking in. People are, for some reason, going to the right of the store first, and this seemed to help on high-end sales. Number 4, this is just how to sell shit in a store now, isn't it? People seem to always pick one of the middle options in a row, so don't put your best items on the end of the row, drop them center, and pitch becomes easier. Look, I'm only reading these because maybe somebody listening to this may have a store, but son of a bitch. The music seems louder today than it would normally be. Give me a chance to turn that down to compensate so that I won't have to be battling the music all day. And that's something, which means I should probably turn myself up around here. If that's too loud, I apologize, but I do this in the hopes of coming through clearly. The same way that we all like to see clearly. now the rain is gone. I can see clearly now. Number 5, use a thumbs up gesture and nodding head. When customer does what you want, work the word yes into your presentation. Number 6, argue on behalf of the dissenter. When a couple is buying first, it lowers their guard, then allows you to side with the partner shortly after. This one works a lot. Son of a bitch. If many more of them are, going down a specific line, what the hell am I gonna do? Sorry, I'm taking the time to get Stripes involved in this. A response reads, don't remember where I heard this, but offer 3 levels of or packages of what you're selling if you can, with the middle one being the one you want to sell. Pride usually keeps people from the cheapest package, but they're usually unwilling to go for the highest. So people won't buy the small and they won't buy the large, but the medium, that's just fine. You're saying that for some people, some porridge is too hot and cold, but the middle one is just right. Omelette du fromage, baby. This is probably number 23, 25, 24, 23, 22.
Hello?
You're still sleeping?
No, it was just I thought maybe my Skype was crashing.
I'm reading a list called 25 Coolest Psychological Tricks. Are you interested?
What have you got for me?
Number 22. Damn.
Well, that means we have read something, so what did I miss?
Nothing. Number 22. My brother was the master of this. Whenever he got into an argument with a topic he couldn't win, he would ever so slightly change what he was arguing about until he was arguing about something completely different. A man shouldn't be proud of this, nigga. This is what women do. They change the goalposts. And that's, it's a good way to admit that you've lost an argument. No one would even notice. Why? Like one time he got into an argument with his girlfriend over him never doing the dishes. By the end of the argument, 45 minutes later, they were watching over how she usually gets to pick the movie when they go to the movies. And I'm just sitting in the next room laughing my ass off. The girlfriend did the dishes later that night, and I apparently let him pick the next couple of movies. And apparently let him pick the next couple of movies.
Meh.
I've received a whole bunch of messages about how this is not a tactic to use in a healthy relationship. I completely agree. That sounds manipulative. Like everyone on this page, says somebody else. Precisely. Number 21. When things are quiet amongst a group of people, all I have to say is, uh-oh, and everyone suddenly becomes intensely curious about what's going on. That's not a psychological trick. That's just bullshit you're on. That is just that's terrorism. Oh, that's God. Here's a psychological trick. If you're in a room full of quiet, if you ever go into an elevator, if you ever go to an airport and just yell, I've got a bomb, everyone looks your way, man. Psychological trick number 1. Everybody knows that. Stupid. I've never
heard anyone say, oh, never.
I find it best to exit stage right about that time. You mean you've never been out in public and heard somebody go, uh-oh.
No.
Diarrhea. A response reads, that's a great way to make everyone assume you pooped yourself. Oh my God. That's what uh-oh means, Stripes. You've said uh-oh when you farted.
No.
Yeah, you're like, uh-oh.
You must be mistaken. I just don't fart.
Number 20. If I want my cat to jump up for cuddles, I first have to act totally disinterested and like I don't care what he does. It works every time. Cat manipulation tactics. This is the list that the internet would be interested in. Number 15 tricks on how to trick that cat to do whatever you want. My cat knows what?
It must be a list of how cats have done you wrong and how you fault for them.
A response reads, my cat knows who butters her bread. I just lock eyes with her and say her name and she runs over. It's amazing what kibble, a little tuna, and a regular brushing can get an animal to do. Kibble. Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. 19. To get someone to like you more, ask them to do a favor for you, like let you borrow a pencil. Benjamin Franklin was a big proponent of this idea? Oh my god.
I guess that's how you get popular.
Don't fall for it. He still hasn't returned my pencil. And another response reads, I can get the pencil back for you. Allow me to introduce myself. The name is Lionel Hutz, attorney at... Oh my god, it's you. You are the reason I had to add an extra digit to my username. Oh wow, one guy's Lionel Hutz 4 and the other guy's Lionel Hutz 44. What the heck?
What's the real Lionel Hudson, and where is he?
And then 2 people were gilded for this, and some other idiot says, I feel like I've witnessed the stars aligning in such a way that will never happen again in my lifetime. Stupid. Number 18. Many people, I would say, maybe almost all, are surprisingly susceptible to flattery. And being told what they want to hear, people tend to shy away from the strategy, thinking it will be obvious and clumsy, but just try it. It's as if being flattered or hearing people agree with you gives you a rush of pleasurable hormones to the brain. I mean, it does, but how vulnerable you are to them is basically, about how lonely or depressed you are. And I'm pretty lonely and depressed, but I'm not going to go skating out into a scenario in real life where somebody's just like giving me a little bit of attention and I'm buckling and allowing them to do whatever the hell they want to do. You kidding me? You pulling something over on me, boy? A response says, wow, that is an incredible observation. Definitely one of the best I've ever seen in this thread. Do you use this often? I can imagine you being a very successful person in situations where you're new. And then somebody else responds, I never do this. My computer just utterly froze.
I was wondering what was happening. You actually cut off for me.
I hope this recording is not compromised. The computer just fucking buckled. Why is there so much background noise coming in now? Let me turn this down a little bit as far as the gain, because I don't want things to have it making me heard in my background, but I don't want to turn it down to the point where I can't be heard well. Jeez Weasley peas. I don't have time for all these dumbass gilded comments. Let's just keep moving here. Number 17. When playing rock, paper, scissors, stop right before and ask without looking, can you tell me what color your shirt is? And people seem to always pick scissors after. I've done it maybe about 20 times and got the same results every time. Very scientific. Oh man, actually I would love to see someone do what?
You should have had me set this list out just so you can, like, lightning round, try these out on me.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't that be like a weird call? We'd have to make like the little animated thing out of all that. What are you doing? Shut up. Rock, paper, scissors me right now. Okay, you ready? Wait, what color is your shirt? What? What's happening? Please no. You have a really, really cute voice today and everything you do is so great. You're lying. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Fucking. I'm not interested. Oh my god. Number 17. If you want to calm someone down, sympathize with them whilst describing what's upsetting them in descending orders of magnitude. That is not a very concise or clear way to phrase that. In order of like what's most important to least important, or the biggest deal to the least deal, magnitude order. Nigga, what? I understand why you're angry. You're right to be frustrated. This would annoy me too. As they accept the acknowledgments that they should also accept the declining emphasis on emotion and become calmer. Somebody said, read Marshall Rosenberg's book about nonviolent communication. This is what you're doing. You're showing empathy. What?
Is this Michael Rosenberg?
No, it's just some guy. Can you imagine if he was peddling his own book under a different username on Reddit?
How are you so sure that he's not?
Oh my god, I'm not sure, Stripes. Just like I'm not sure about this list. We probably should have just read 10 of these, but 10 in a video would only make, it barely make a 20-minute video. This is already going to be a short one. Number 16. Does this count? They aren't cool, but very helpful. I sometimes have anxiety brain where I start to panic about the future of the past or whatever. I've learned to stop myself and tell myself, hey, wait, you need to finish your job. Your job is XXX. Damn, so he works in the professional pornographic field. I'm kidding. So for instance, he should have just wrote blank, jackass. So for instance, I'll be doing the dishes, getting lost in thought, and starting to get upset and anxious, and I'll then tell myself, hey, you have to finish doing the dishes. That's your job right now. And then I'll take a deep breath or deep breaths, and it's just another way to center yourself and bring yourself back down. So this is a psychological trick for himself, like a dog, you know what I mean? Like you're just out and you're like mowing the lawn and a butterfly comes by and you're just like, holy crap, it's and then you're not even like a collector or anything. It's just a butterfly and you've lost your mind. And then you have to stop yourself in the middle and go, now Mitchell, your job right now is to mow the lawn. And then you go, oh yeah, that's so
Mitchell?
True. What? Yeah. Why not
Mitchell?
Why not Mitchell?
Is his last name Mr. Peanut Butter?
Mitchell Peanut Butter. No. You said, is his last name Mr. Peanut Butter? So he would be Mitchell Mr. Peanut Butter? Is the first name of the dog in the Netflix show Mitchell, Stripes?
No, it's not.
Then where is this coming from?
His first name is Mr. And his last name is Peanut Butter.
So where the hell is Mitchell coming from?
I probably do the same thing. It's been a really long time since I've seen a butterfly.
So when the bad brain goes, what the fuck, Tammy Tangerine, you're the worst. I can't believe you fucked up that insignificant thing. I'll try to stop myself and say something like, fuck that. No, I am kind. Now, the fact that she separated her thoughts into good and bad brain is psychotic. So let me go ahead and address this quickly because I know somebody probably heard me reading a portion of this and agrees with it, because yes, we all have had thoughts similar to this. We've all gotten distracted in the midst of what we're doing. Some of you probably should be working right now and you're using this as a distraction. So nothing it could be stopping you other than your mind and kind of putting you on the right track and going, you shouldn't procrastinate. You have a deadline to meet. You probably need to be doing this thing now, or at the very least multitasking. These are the channels, the pathways that your thought will travel down as far as your mind is concerned. However, the dialogue between like a mini angel and devil, or two sides of the brain talking, or the good and the bad brain, it's like a Carl Pilkington sketch where he's just talking to himself, or like a Homer Simpson thing where the dollar floats in from outside. And he's just like, oh man, I didn't want the dollar. I wanted, donuts instead. And then,
can buy many donuts.
Yeah. And he goes, the dollar can buy many donuts. And then he goes, explain how. And then the brain goes, money can be exchanged for goods and services. And then he's like, woohoo. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, geez, we have these thoughts with ourselves, man, with the good and the bad brain.
I think what they're trying to help with specifically is insecurities, which wouldn't work for me either.
Yeah, it's just a middle-aged woman thing or something, right? Be afraid, women. It will happen to you. Number 16. I had a very strange encounter with a coworker once. We were on break, had a chat, and the usual mundane, are you married, etc., you have kids? And when I said no, she waited staring at me for me to continue. But Boy, did that ever work. The longer she stared, the more I babbled. I couldn't stop talking. I'd finish a sentence, she'd keep staring, and I'd start talking again. Not because she was politely listening, she was compelling me to talk. I have no idea why she did that.
That sounds terrifying.
It is terrifying. Like, I'm trying to, like, honestly, I want you to draw it. I want you to draw just like, you know, like the uncomfortable, like, stare of a person who's just staring at you when you're done talking. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, I don't have kids. And she's just like, and you're just like, oh, but, you know, I'm not sure that I will want kids. You know, maybe in time if I'm super comfortable or bored, you know, or something. And she's like, sorry. It's pretty good. Keep going. I like that part. She was compelling me to talk. I have no idea why she did that. If it was just her way, or if she does that to learn things about people. But that stare, man, holy shit. But it was the creepiest conversation I've ever had. I'm older now. It's like she's jaded, but something about the phrase "I'm older now" makes it seem as if, like, you know, I think about that time sometimes. You know, I haven't seen her again, and I hear about how these aliens in black suits just show up and try to get you to talk. Oh man, she's at a support group now, so that wouldn't work on me now, but it was sure effective at the time.
Oh yeah, man. Now they're doing it instead of the other way around.
Number 15, the flinch. Now they have move names. Whether you're negotiating a raise, the sale price of a car, or want to buy, who does that chores around the house always flinch visibly at the first and sometimes second offers. The flinch can be as simple as a small wince, a sigh, or an eye roll. The flinch quite often causes people to lowball the initial offer. I learned this from my husband, and it freaking works. I got my current job at 10% over the max salary because I flinched.
A woman that actually negotiates her payment? A lot of girls are just too pussy for that. Wait, hello?
Mm-hmm.
That's what caused a gender wage cap that doesn't exist, you know?
Nice one, Stripes. It's pretty edgy. Number 15. I call this the hyenas in an elevator trick. They're all gonna get names, huh? Have people try to suck you into a drama or gossip? Start sidetracking with random thoughts and facts about hyenas. But do it in a way that's slightly related to the topic at hand. Example 1. You know, I heard Sharon went down on a guy in an elevator. Isn't she such a slut? You. There doesn't seem to be much room in this. I really like it. How you gonna slide the hyena in there? I'm really sorry. You. There doesn't seem to be much room in this building's elevator. I can't even imagine a full-grown hyena fitting in here. Let's do this professionally, okay? Example 1. You know, I heard Sharon went down on a guy in an elevator. Isn't she such a slut? You. There doesn't seem to be much room in the building's elevator. I can't even imagine a full-grown hyena fitting in here. You know, I wonder how many hyenas would fit in here. I mean, I guess I could look up the average size of a hyena and take out, you know, the smartphone right there. And then go, okay, 3.1 feet to 4 feet now. If you take the height of the elevator. Oh, you know, and then the guy goes, you know, I heard coworker has a loose vagina from sleeping around. And then did you know hyenas have a false penis that they give birth through?
Ugh.
You don't know that, do you? And you're supposed to be the hyena expert because of Stripes.
But I just don't like hearing it.
Why?
Because it's disgusting. It kills them.
Well, you know how many like transgender women, you know, chicks that were born chicks that want to become dudes, wish that they had a false penis? Or even men that, you know, are trying to become ladies and want to be taken seriously as a woman, wish that their penis was false, but the penis is true, dude. The penis is true.
That their penis was true. I mean, false, and they could give birth through it, you mean?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. These transgender male to women, that's the one thing they'll never be able to do is give birth, so they can pretend they're a woman, baby. But until you can have all that, baby, plop it out, baby. Ooh, you'll never be a real lady.
Hyenas are a genetic mistake, man.
Tell me how mad about it you are in the comment section tonight. In the comment section. Ooh. You're beautiful. Number 14. Have a toddler that is in a bad mood. Sit down with them, look them straight in the eye, and say, "You're mad, so don't laugh." Just keep repeating it as seriously as you can. I've done it for 15 different cousins over the couple of decades, and by the 5th repetition of "don't laugh," they're busting a gut and rolling on the floor.
I don't think this would work on me, even if I didn't hear it.
Then don't laugh, Stripes. Number 13. In an argument, speak softly. It forces active listening, which leads to active thinking. When they are listening and thinking, they are not yelling, arguing, or talking.
What?
This tiny bullshit. I think it says "I concur." Yeah, just really small. What a world.
Really small.
What the fuck did you just say to me, you little shit? Oh my god. It's better to frame it as "we little shit." And then somebody said meta. So I don't get the reference. No.
I think you're lost in this thread.
I don't get the reference. No.
Hey, what's that green stuff that you grow in the back of your garden?
What green stuff? Stripes. What's that green stuff I grow in the back? Like everything?
No, I mean the stuff that you put in that is for medical purposes.
The aloe vera.
Yeah, the aloe vera. This water I have, it tastes like aloe vera.
Aloe vera tastes disgusting, man. Sometimes I've touched it and it's gotten on my lips and it's ruined everything that I was trying to taste for quite a while. Number 12, maybe. The concept of getting something for free completely derails a person's critical thinking skills. My dad was a tool distributor and drove a truck to various repair shops selling tools to mechanics. He got an idea to start selling candy bars on his truck for $1, but you would get a free candy bar with every tool purpose. Almost everyone asked how much the candy bar was, didn't want to pay $1 for one, but they would buy a $100 socket set in order to get the candy bar for free. Candy bar. This reminds me of the free buckets incident in Finland.
Free buckets? I don't know what they're referring to, do you?
A department store gave out free buckets to everyone who came to their grand opening. Cool.
I mean, I guess you can use the bucket to put stuff that you're gonna buy in there.
Somebody said a bucket is not an object, it's an opportunity. So many things fit in a bucket. Carry it around for a while, dump it somewhere else. Put the bucket on your head, you use it to be taller. Buckets are fucking great, man. I totally understand. Buckets, y'all. I'm into buckets, y'all. Stripes! What the fuck? What the fuck? Do we just make the same reference? That doesn't make sense! Stripes! Oh my god! Buckets doesn't even sound like nuggets. How could you make the same thing that I just said? And what the fuck? Yo, we just... What the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
We did the same thing? Buckets doesn't even sound like I don't know who to be more mad at, me because I'm crazy, So I can't be mad at me because I'm crazy but I'm like infecting you. If we're doing the same, if we're saying the same stuff that's never been said before, Stripes, we're spending too much time around each other. Ooh,
You assimilated me. I'm sorry.
look at these shiny buckets. Damn. Oh, I wasn't sharing screens. My bad. Some of these buckets are shiny. Dazzling buckets, they call them. Wow.
I guess this means you have to add a bucket to your wish list now.
Nah, I mean, what am I gonna do with a bucket? I want that Panda Express card. Cause you know what I was saying is that I feel like at this point in my life that I don't have a Chinese woman friend to make me orange chicken. Feels like a failure on my part. And since I can't psychologically dupe any of my friends into becoming Chinese or learning how to make orange chicken, you know, maybe by the end of the list I'll be equipped, right? To be manipulative. I'm kidding. It's not gonna happen. What?
If I cook and you Kung Pao, would that be enough?
Number 10. I use the gray rock method on my narcissist brother-in-law. Law. Basically, I made myself so dull and boring, and the opposite of drama, that he learned to avoid me at all costs. It works like a charm, and only took 4 to 5 encounters to take effect. Yes, I've been gray rocking everyone in my life for a while now. Yeah, I don't want to seem interesting at all because I don't need people bothering me for anything. God, just leave me alone. Number.
I didn't know it was a number.
Shut up. Number. That's Stripe's quick-witted bullshit for the day.
I didn't know that was a number.
9.
Wait, is it supposed to be my theme song now?
9. Number 9. Okay. Giving students in my elementary class the illusion of choice. If you ask, do you want to start your work? Or, isn't it time we got something done? I modify it to, wouldn't you like to do your assignments with a pencil or blue pen? They are too consumed with this choice that they have forgotten that they didn't want to do it in the first place. Also, every recess. Did you push Jimmy? No. Okay, 2 people saw you do it and reported it to me. Are you sure you didn't do it? I'm sure. Then they changed it to, can you tell me why you pushed him? And they go, well, it's because gets him every time. Gets him every time. We're going to make Mexico pay for it. Now we think the wall isn't already built and aren't arguing about the possibility of building it, but who will pay for it when it is done being built. Wow.
I don't think a wall's going up.
Well, that'd be a very pricey, you know. And there'd still be a way through, so it doesn't matter. Of course there'd be a way
through. It'd just be a little more expensive, the toll. And that's about it. But I guess it's supposed to be for a little.
I think there's got to be like tunnels established right now already. That walls would have nothing to do with, like smuggling routes available to the gangsters. Number 9.
Wait, do you remember that story that you read about people suffocating in one of those trucks because the tomatoes?
Yeah, because of the tomatoes. Yeah, why?
No, it just came to mind.
That's how life goes sometimes. Number 9. My favorite is silently maintaining eye contact when a person is attempting to bargain or convince you of something that you don't want to do or don't believe. They usually end up negotiating with themselves, which gives you a huge advantage because once that happens, it's pretty much game over. Yeah, awkward silence is the salesperson's best friend. I used to hate when a new salesperson would go after the close, then speak during the silence part. Whoever speaks first loses.
I said methane, I meant carbon.
I'm sorry you had to wait for this.
Jesus Christ. Eating a clementine during this also helps.
What's a clementine?
It's kind of like an orange. Number 8. If someone is talking or preoccupied, you can hold out your hand and they'll give you whatever they're holding. I did it to my sister with the car keys and made her think she lost them somewhere at the store. Pretty funny. Somebody says I like to do the opposite. If I've been tasked with holding something I don't want to hold, I wait until someone is engaged in conversation and just hand them the item without saying a word. They just take it like that.
That sounds great.
Somebody said the good old lukewarm potato. Oh, get it? Because it's like hot potato, but it's just like you're just passing it to them like, here, take this. lukewarm potato. Sorry. Number 8, you... Sorry, the ice cream truck is coming by.
Oh. How come it never came by while I was there?
You were probably too busy sleeping to be awake during a time the ice cream truck came. You remember the hours of operation were essentially during the night, deep during the night. So any ice cream truck that were coming by at that amount like time would be selling drugs, and it'd probably be, watched very closely by the
I haven't
cops.
seen an ice cream truck in years. The only ones that come by are Raspas.
Explain what those are.
They're snow cones. It's just a truck that's been equipped with chips and snow cone machine.
So, are they as superstitious as you are with all your candles?
I'm not superstitious, Kaya.
Number
I
8.
don't paint my face, and I don't rub eggs on people just to see if they got bad juju or not.
Tell me more.
Tell you more.
Egg rubbing?
Well, yeah. I forgot the trick. I don't know what it means when you crack it open and it floats. If it means anything. What are you looking for now?
I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. She takes an egg and rubs them all over her body, then takes the egg out of the room and breaks it into a bowl. The illness is supposed to go into the egg and leaves the body when she break the egg. It doesn't work. The household ends up getting the flu, but the kids feel better for a while after mom does this. I don't know what the origins are. She's from a mountain pueblo. Oh.
What a nice placebo that is.
Egg heal, egg heal, egg heal. Take my sickness, take my sickness. Gotta build the wall strips. Look, number 18. You
It's
know
never,
what?
Like, they've never done that to me when I'm actually sick. It's only like having a bad week or bad luck. That's what it's for. They say if people give you an evil eye or like if someone's jealous of you, that attaches bad luck to you, and that's what the egg is for.
One day I'm gonna get you behind a mic that you won't break, and I'll just stare at you and compel you to keep talking.
That won't work.
And we'll see.
I'll just be like so intimidated. It wouldn't be funny to me anymore.
Why? Because I'm a black man.
No, fuck. Why
Oh
would
my
you
God.
say shit like that?
Number 8. You want someone you just met to like you? Ask them an open-ended question about themselves. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Listen, and then ask a follow-up question based on what they just said. If you do that a couple of times, that person feels heard and appreciated by you. Yeah, everyone's the same. If they realize that I just feel interrogated, nigga, what you want to know all these fucking questions for? All right, look, sorry. If they realize you're doing all the talking, they'll apologize and ask a question of you. If your answer is short and pivots back into something they said, you have now formed a connection in their mind as a good listener who is interested in what they have to say. People like that a lot. Look, man, the way that people are establishing interactions with other people is almost as if, they've been playing a lot of Mass Effect and are robotic themselves and really hate the idea of buying into small talk based social interactions as much as, the type of person that I would speak to probably hates that shit as well. So, they're just trying to trick people into thinking that, they're heard of and no, this isn't about me. You keep talking, you keep talking, you keep talking, you. What's the response here? I do that with the new people and it works great. However, I also add on if they never realize they're doing all the talking or don't bother to ever reciprocate asking anything about me, I probably lose interest in getting to know them anymore. Number 7, best one for kids, and this works wonders for behavioral problems. Never say don't do X. I had a terror child in daycare and people would yell at him for acting out. I would start each day by saying, "You're going to be a good boy today." And every time he acted out, I would say, "Wait, you're my good boy, right?" And he would say, Yes. Protocols re-salvaged. And then he'll reconfigure himself, and stop doing it. When his mom came to get him, I made a point of telling her how good he was, and the child never acted out around me after a week. Oh my god. I knew this would turn into baby corrected childhood behavior. A response reads, my people are very fertile, so I've looked after lots of cousins, siblings, etc. since I was 5. The only thing that kids want is control. And what I mean is they're so helpless that they can't even turn in the light switches themselves, get a glass of water themselves, make their own meals, and they're very aware of this and immensely frustrated. The best way to harness this is to treat them as people with agency. Make them help you cook, get their help cleaning, get them to look after younger relatives. It seriously has never failed me. Somebody said, another way for this is to the illusion of choice. Would you like a bath before or after dinner? When we get home, would you like to help me in the garden? Or would you prefer to pick oranges and make juice while I weed? What kind of chores are those? Oh my god. Dude, we're already at number 1. I have totally miscounted half of these. Well, number 1, if you work with clients, prevent them from getting defensive and angry by not using the word you. It's not you didn't send the attachment, it's the attachment didn't send. Good one. Don't blame them, blame the thing you're talking about.
That's good for morale.
I take my time when I write emails to clients because I like to word things just right. One word can be the difference between a happy client and an unhappy one. The right words in the right order can influence people to make decisions you want them to make. Words are powerful. Yeah, only with clients because you're on the receiving end of, somebody that you're working for.
Yeah,
but holy shit, if you're on the other side, nigga, why didn't you do this thing? Because people got to be held accountable. You know what pisses me off? I play games all the time and I'm really good at what I do. But nobody wants to be held accountable for anything. You know what I mean? And that's kind of crazy. That's why I want my Call of Duty back, baby. I want my Call of Duty Chili's getting some kills. I want my Kyle's getting some kills. Barbecue sauce. I want to get me some kills. Did you enjoy that? No? Whatever.
It's too bad we're on a call because I couldn't coordinate with you even if I tried.
Mexicans. Coordinate with me how? I almost clicked the send me tits link. I have no idea what's behind it.
I think I have an idea.
Man. They're definitely not tits that were sent me because I don't get any of that. Following the Trump election, the Trans-Pacific Partnership is dead. Good. Super exciting. That's super great. That's the type of thing I want to hear.
What's Trans-Pacific Partnership?
What do you mean?
I don't remember what the Trans-Pacific Partnership is.
It's just some bullshit that was trying to destroy, the internet as we know it.
did you hear that this straight up rumor and lie that was Trump being in the middle of some kind of child molestation scandal, and it just turned out to be a complete lie.
Oh, this is dank. It's Hillary sitting down at a laptop with the speech function, "Congratulations, Madam President," and then like the computer's gonna talk to her, just so she can hear it out loud. Hilarious. 0 out of 100. Oh shit, super like. I don't know what to do with my hands. You can always put them in my What the fuck? What the fuck?
Who's this?
It's just Tinder, babe. It's just Tinder. And how people be on now.
Oh, it's got a shark tail. I love it.
That's interesting. I love your response. That was so cute.
Oh, it glows in the dark.
That's the pearl. Oh my god. What do you...
Let it glow in the dark again.
Well,
there it is.
The glow in the dark happens with a lot of skins. Like parts of me glow.
I didn't know that.
Man, we're gonna get Sombra May summoning ritual. Oh god, this doesn't seem good. Oh god.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god.
How do they manage?
Well, five mercies. Wait, how do they manage? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Summoning ritual and then the May. Okay. It's pretty spooky stuff. My butthole has never clenched so tightly. Why are we watching Overwatch gifs now? Alright, that was a list, guys. I'll see you guys soon. And then we'll probably do another list, because that one was weird. Weird indeed.